Muy buenas a todos, gente, ¿cómo estáis? Aquí Luca en el segundo capítulo de What Remains of Edith Finch. Dejamos justo, o sea, empezamos este segundo capítulo exactamente donde lo dejamos, en el apartado, en la habitación.
Edie had spent a lot of time here before my mom sealed the doors.
En la habitación de Molly, que murió atragantada de tanto comer o... Sí.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past.
En situaciones muy extrañas.
When we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly.
Adoptaron un gatito que la llamaron Molly. Molly se hacía pasar por gatito esa noche.
I spent a lot of time in Great Grandma Edie's room.
La bisabuela Edie, que parecía que tenía problemas de salud. 1988-2010, Lewis.
Lewis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him.
Joder, qué guay, tío. Haciendo un retrato en un trozo de un tronco de un árbol, tío.
When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
La bandera de Noruega ahí parecía... Igual tendría... familia noruega o algo. Dragón kills Finch. Tragedy strike Finch family. No jodas, que el abuelo o el bisabuelo murió construyendo el dragón de fuera, tío. Tiene toda la pinta.
Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother. The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife, Kay, left on the house was the pink bathroom. It was a pretty big trace.
Vamos primero con la historia antes de ir a Arizona.
Her room was like a museum.
Pues sí, la verdad que sí. Un museo.
For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan.
Wow, esto de que muriesen todos y en situaciones súper extrañas viene de muy atrás.
On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind.
Se muda con la casa, cruzando todo el puto océano para ver si...
But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea.
Pero la maldición ahí sigue.
Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery.
Esa estatua la vimos al llegar.
His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
Interesante la historia de
Whatever's wrong
Odin,
with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Sí. Se remonta, vamos, 1937.
Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious.
Un hombre topo. Sabremos más
I
de eso,
hadn't thought of
supongo.
myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time. One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity.
Interesante. ¿Algo más por aquí? No tiene mucha pinta, ¿eh?
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
Harto, tío. Qué guay, tío. La idea es brutal. La
Sven
idea
gave
es...
Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
La idea de ir abriendo zona de esta manera es súper original, tío. Bien, aquí revelaban fotos antiguas. La casa es súper particular, ¿eh? Melton.
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me.
Esta habitación me suena familiar, de que la vimos fuera. Y mira, tío, cómo está separada. Como si fuera una cabina de astronauta, tío. Un
I knew
cohete.
Grandpa Sam had a twin.
Míralos. Un astronauta y otro soldado. Súper guay el diseño, tío.
And that he never talked about him.
Nunca hablaba del el abuelo.
I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
Calvin.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Quería ser astronauta.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready! Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that,
No suena bien eso.
Calvin! I'm not gonna tell you again!
maybe if the wind hadn't picked up, then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother.
Da esta cosita, tío.
The day he made up his mind to fly. and he did.
Y así murió el abuelo de
Calvin's story
nuestro
felt
abuelo,
strangely familiar.
Calvin.
When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Ahí está Calvin en el retrato que hacía uno de nuestros familiares.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
Qué guay, tío. Y de la historia de Eddie no sabemos nada.
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
Me parece, de momento. Todo con libros, tío. Genial, 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 tío.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Vamos a abrir esta zona. Espero que nos salga. No sale, no. Hombre. Bárbara.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star. I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
¿Cuánto lleva esta tarta aquí, tío? Y el altar, perdón, de Bárbara.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch.
Guay.
As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
Ya sabemos cómo se abre
20
el
minutes
sótano.
later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
Qué chulo, tío. Cómo nos cuenta la historia aquí, rollo cómic, tío.
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
Hay un trofeo que es meter todas las velas. O quitarlas, creo.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
The old fridge rattled and grew stale.
Oh dear!
Oh!
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you're...
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
La
Barb,
maleta.
have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
¿Qué le pasa ahora a Walter? Hostia, mola mucho, tío.
Walter, are you there?
Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. And strange was, he couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
But she played her part beautifully. Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned. He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
No será Walter, ¿eh?
vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was... At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter, hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Brutal. Como parece la oreja ahí, tío. Qué bueno, tío. Qué
Edie
bueno,
told me all
chaval.
Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
O sea que fueron, según lo entiendo yo, fueron fans de ella, locos, por así decirlo, fanáticos. Fanáticos, sí. Qué guay, tío.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
Sí, ahora sabemos cómo ir al sótano. Bueno, gente, ¿qué os parece que dejemos el segundo capítulo de este What Remains of Edith Finch justo en el sótano? Historia muy particular, muy particular y me está encantando. Espero que a vosotros también. Y nos vemos por la historia de la familia de Edith Finch, de los Finch. Sin más, un like, un comentario, todo esto se agradece. Así que ya sabéis, nos seguimos viendo por el canal. Un saludo. Cuidaos.